I never expected the day to feel so ordinary. A Thursday afternoon, gray skies, the kind where the world feels muted. I was walking out of the office when my phone buzzed. A text from Emily. Can we talk? It's important. Emily and I had history. 6 years of being on and off, loving and breaking, trying and failing. The kind of cycle only people with too much hope or too little strength keep repeating. We weren't together anymore, not officially, but ties like ours don't disappear just because you declare them dead. Some part of you always listens when the other whispers. So I met her at our old spot, the coffee shop on Camden Street with scratched wooden tables and a barista who never smiled. Emily was already there. Standing, not sitting. Arms wrapped around herself like she was guarding something, or hiding from it. When she saw me, her expression didn't show anger or sadness. It showed something sharper, something final. Thanks for coming, she said, voice steady, almost rehearsed. I won't take much of your time. She didn't sit. Didn't smile. Didn't even glance at the chair across from her. And right then I knew something was coming, something heavy. I nodded. What's going on? She took a breath, long and shaky. And then she said the sentence that slid under my ribs like a quiet knife. I'm getting married to someone else. My first reaction wasn't shock. It was stillness, the kind that hits right before the world tilts. All I could hear was the low grinding of the espresso machine and the soft chatter of strangers. Like life refused to pause for the small disaster happening inside me. She watched me, waiting for the old version of me to show up, the man who begged, who folded, who cracked. But he didn't. Great, I said. And even I was surprised by how clean the word felt. Emily blinked, thrown off. You're okay with that? Why wouldn't I be? You made your choice. Her jaw tightened. Irritation slipped through the cracks of her calm. You don't want to know who he is? No, I said softly. Curiosity is for people who still care. That one hit her. I saw it in the way her shoulders tensed. She finally sat down, but not out of comfort, out of collapse. I thought you'd be upset. Why? Because you expected me to wait for you forever. Her silence was the answer. For years she controlled the distance between us, when we were close, when we were far, when we were something, when we were nothing. I let her steer because I loved her more than I loved myself. Back then. Not now. Well, she tried again, lifting her chin. I thought you deserved to hear it from me. You didn't tell me for me, I said. You told me to see how I'd react. She froze. It's not like that. But it was. And we both knew it. I leaned back, letting the quiet stretch. Congratulations, I finally said. I hope he gives you what you were looking for. And for the first time I meant it, not because I wished her happiness, but because wishing anything for her felt like wasted energy. Emily stared at me, searching for the man she used to know. When she didn't find him, she looked away. You've changed, she whispered. Yeah, heartbreak does that. But healing does too. As I stood to leave, she spoke again. Lucas. Don't you want to know why I'm marrying him? I paused. Not for her. For myself, to check who I'd become. No, I said. I just want to go home. I walked out into the cold London air. And it wrapped around me like freedom. For years, Emily was the gravity I orbited. Even when we were apart, her invisible thread kept tugging at me. But as I stepped onto that sidewalk, with the hum of traffic and the faint echo of street musicians, I realized something simple and profound. I didn't feel pulled anymore. I felt released. By the time I got home, my phone buzzed again. Can we talk more? I put it down without replying. Not out of cruelty, clarity. An hour later. His name is Daniel. We've been seeing each other for a while. I laughed. Not bitterly, just quietly. She still thought I needed details to feel something. She still believed she lived in a part of my heart she no longer had access to. I typed a simple reply. I'm glad you found what you want. And the calm in my hands told me everything I needed to know. I wasn't hers anymore. The next morning she called. I let it ring. Lunch, she called again. Evening again. Then a voice note. I didn't listen. Some chapters don't end with a dramatic monologue. They end because you finally stop rereading them. 2 days later, she showed up at my door. Lucas, can we talk? No. She blinked. Please. Just hear me out. I stepped aside but didn't invite her in. She stood in the hallway like someone who'd suddenly realized the door they expected to stay open wasn't. You really don't care, do you? She whispered. Emily, it's your life. Choose whoever you want. That's not what I mean, she said, voice trembling. You're not even angry. Why should I be? You ended us long before this. She swallowed hard. I thought you'd fight for me. I exhaled slowly. I did. For years. But fighting alone isn't love. It's punishment. Her eyes glistened. So you really moved on? Yeah. I had to. She looked down. He proposed last week. And I said yes. But today I don't know. I needed. You needed closure, I finished. No, she whispered. I needed you. I shook my head gently. I'm not your closure, Emily. I'm just the last thing you haven't let go of. Her breath caught at the truth. She reached into her pocket and pulled out the gold bracelet I gave her years ago. Her fingers trembled. I don't think I should keep this. It's yours, I said. It always was. She stared at me. Not with love but with realization. The realization that she no longer had access to the version of me she once broke. Goodbye, Lucas, she whispered. Goodbye. She walked away, and for the first time I didn't feel the urge to follow. When I closed the door there was no ache. No hollow space. Just a quiet room, a steady heartbeat, and a simple understanding. Sometimes the strongest thing you can say is, great. I wish you well. And I wish myself peace.